quiet modern kitchen, where ancient secrets sleep quietly here, waiting to be finally discovered. This humble jar holds tiny brown spheres, hiding a vast and magical history, deeper than any human memory. Observe the rugged exterior. Each vertical ridge forms a tiny globe, holding fragrant and potent oils, falling beneath the rough surface, piercing through the heavy walls of time, returning to the ancient dawn. The modern world fades away, leaving the howling winds of forgotten antiquity whistling across the barren earth. 5 millennia before the Common Era, in the dark caves of Nahal Himar, human hands gathered these wild seeds, a prehistoric touch in the dark, cherishing the small, fragrant brown spheres tightly, knowing their immense hidden value. Fragile white flowers blanket the earth, dancing defiantly against the harsh, dry winds, surviving in an unforgiving landscape. Such delicate and pale, fragile petals, masking a surprisingly bold and robust essence, waiting quietly for the harvest. Early gatherers moved through the twilight, plucking the green umbrella-shaped flower clusters, claiming the earth's natural bounty. Before turning brown under the sun, the unripe seeds glow with vibrant green, smelling of sharp, fresh citrus. Placed beneath the relentless burning sun, the fresh spheres slowly lose their moisture, transforming into lasting, aromatic treasures. The smooth, vibrant surface slowly wrinkles, carving deep ridges into the hardening shell, sealing the precious oils inside. Safely stored within crude clay vessels, these humble dried seeds secured human survival, offering flavor during dark winters. From a mere wild botanical survivor, this tiny seed would soon become sacred, entering the tombs of gods. A heavy stone crushes the shell, revealing the golden hidden oils, releasing a timeless fragrance. Ancient farmers gather the aromatic harvest, carrying heavy baskets across valleys, seeking new, prosperous lands. Examine the glowing amber liquid closely, holding the concentrated wild essence, preserving life and flavor. Winds carry the sharp citrus scent, sweeping across the dry mountains, reaching distant early cities. A single drop of potent oil, glistening under the bright dawn, reflecting a golden world. Nomadic tribes pack the dried harvest, loading them onto weary beasts, beginning a long journey. Inside the dark woven linen sacks, thousands of spheres rest quietly, waiting to be traded. Footsteps echo on the dusty trails, moving toward the great rivers, carrying the botanical gold. The rough texture of the grain, rubbing against coarse woven fabrics, surviving the harsh travel. Dust settles on the caravan path, marking the earliest trade routes, connecting isolated human tribes. A merchant holds a handful tightly, inspecting the hard brown ridges, calculating their immense worth. The sun beats down mercilessly above, casting long shadows across sand, guiding the travelers forward. Deep within the hollow seed core, the dormant life force sleeps, enduring extreme burning heat. Approaching the fertile banks of rivers, where grand monuments touch skies, entering a new era. The wild botanical journey ends here, stopping at the temple gates, becoming a sacred offering. The great river nourishes the golden sands, building an empire of unmatched, absolute power, defying mortality itself. Within the sacred temple walls, royal priests crush the fragrant dry seeds, preparing for eternity. A solemn procession marches slowly, carrying the young king to his tomb beneath the stone. Delicate hands pour the spice, filling the alabaster jar with deep reverence, securing the magical fuel. The heavy stone doors close tightly, sealing the golden treasures in deep silence, locking away the light. A brilliant mask of pure gold, staring into the cold, dark, eternal void, waiting for the dawn. The royal soul begins its journey, crossing the dark rivers of the underworld, seeking the paradise. These humble brown spheres remain vital, providing magical energy for the tired soul, ensuring true immortality. Empires slowly rise and inevitably fall, burying the kings beneath the shifting sands, erasing their mighty names. Millennia pass in the suffocating dark, until a gentle brush sweeps the dust, breaking the ancient spell. The sealed tomb is finally breached, letting warm light pierce the deep shadows, revealing a breathtaking sight. The ancient seal is carefully broken, exposing the long-dormant botanical brown seeds, frozen perfectly in time. Men marvel at the pure gold, yet ignore the tiny, dry brown spheres, overlooking the true miracle. A seed resting on the wood, holding 3 millennia of pure life energy, waiting for the earth. The magic of the pharaohs fades, letting the small seed find new myths, entering the sacred texts. The dry desert winds whisper ancient verses, bringing divine white bread down from heaven, shaped like these tiny brown seeds. A humble seed rests on golden sand, glowing brightly with pure divine sacred light, feeding thousands in the wilderness. Lost tribes wander through the barren wasteland, searching endlessly for promised holy lands, surviving on faith and miracles, tasting the sharp and surprising citrus flavor, believing it is a gift from God, providing strength for tomorrow. The sacred spice crosses the Great Sea, reaching the marble shores of ancient Greece, entering the realm of science. Heavy bronze tools crush the hard shell, extracting potent oils for new medical remedies, healing the sick and weak. The great father of medicine sits quietly, observing the healing power of this plant, recording its secrets on scrolls. Dark ink stains the fragile woven parchment, documenting the powerful cooling nature of seeds, capturing ancient medical wisdom forever. Shelves lined with countless dried medicinal herbs, where the brown-ribbed seed takes pride, serving as a daily cure. The seeds steep in sweet ancient wine, releasing their aromatic oils to calm stomachs, acting as a powerful medicine. Wooden ships sail across the restless waves, carrying precious medical cargo toward new horizons, spreading health across the borders. Ocean salt clings to the rough sacks, protecting thousands of tiny, potent botanical spheres, enduring the harsh maritime journey. Soon, the marching boots of Roman legions will trample across the vast, ancient world, carrying the seed even further. Hidden inside a worn leather soldier pouch, the spice waits patiently for the fire, ready to flavor the meat. Fires burn brightly in the dark forests, as weary men crush seeds for supper, fueling the empire of iron. Roman legions push into the freezing northern frontiers, carrying the warm Mediterranean essence, fighting against the brutal, endless cold. A hardened soldier rubs the ribbed botanical spheres onto frozen rations of salted pork, ensuring survival through the bitter winter. As conquests end and the massive empire settles, the foreign seeds are quietly planted, taking root in dark, alien soils. The rigid brown shell finally splits completely open, releasing a tiny, fragile green shoot, defying the unfamiliar and harsh environment. The invincible Iron Empire inevitably crumbles to dust, while the humble botanical invader thrives, outliving the mighty emperors of stone. A shattered marble face rests on the ground, embraced by wild, sprawling green leaves, hiding the fallen pride of kings. Trade shifts toward the mystical golden eastern lands, carried across the vast, dangerous deserts, entering the exotic, sprawling spice markets. The pale-ribbed seeds meet vibrant new companions, mingling with golden turmeric and cumin, creating complex new symphonies of flavor. Inside the grand palaces of the Islamic era, royal cooks blend the aromatic spices, serving scholars and mighty desert sultans. Dancing freely inside a scorching hot brass pan, the essential oils release intoxicating smoke, seducing the senses of the wealthy. Traveling further into the sacred lands of India, becoming the soul of daily feasts, offering flavor to both mortals and gods. A heavy stone pestle grinds the toasted seeds, merging them into a rich paste, capturing the vibrant heartbeat of Asia. Meanwhile, in the quiet, shadowed corners of Europe, monks carefully tend to walled gardens, preserving the botanical secrets of antiquity, boiling the ancient seeds in heavy iron pots, extracting a gentle, calming, fragrant liquid, healing the sickness of the poor. The age of exploration unfurls its massive sails, carrying the ancient Egyptian tomb treasure toward the shores of a mysterious world. Wooden ships touch the foreign shores, bringing the ancient magical seeds, conquering the distant, forgotten lands. Dark leather pouches hold the cargo, hiding the powerful botanical essence, surviving the endless, violent ocean. Conquistadors march through the emerald jungles, seeking legendary cities of gold, ignoring the true hidden treasure. A humble sphere falls onto soil, touching the rich, volcanic earth, beginning a new, profound legacy. The pale brown shell completely shatters, releasing bright, delicate green leaves, embracing the heavy, humid air. Sharp obsidian blades cut the herbs, extracting the sharp citrus aroma, mixing with native ancient spices. Bustling, vibrant colonial markets slowly emerge, blending foreign and native cultures, creating an entirely new world. The pale round seeds rest quietly, sitting beside fiery red peppers, transforming the daily mortal feast. Indigenous hands crush the foreign invader, accepting the strange botanical gift, changing their culinary history forever. A heavy volcanic stone grinds slowly, crushing the ribbed brown shells, releasing centuries of trapped light. Massive empires extract the sparkling silver, ignoring the cheap botanical spheres, losing the ancient divine connection. A single tiny seed floats away, carried by the strong currents, washed upon the violent shores. The royal pharaohs are completely forgotten, while their magical protective fuel feeds the common working people. The divine exclusivity is finally broken, spreading across the vast continents, losing its profound sacred mystery. Massive green fields replace wild nature, serving the growing global demand, stripping away the old magic. Massive steel machines roar across the endless fields, reaping millions of fragrant plants, turning ancient magic into a modern global industry. The sacred spheres tumble down cold metallic chutes, losing their unique divine identity, becoming mere anonymous numbers in vast global trade. Heavy steel containers cross the restless dark oceans, carrying tons of ordinary brown spice, completing the journey that ancient wooden ships began. Resting cheaply inside a common thin plastic bag, the former royal treasure sits, ignored, waiting patiently for a simple, humble buyer. Neon lights illuminate the smoky, bustling street food, where vendors toss the crushed seeds, feeding millions of ordinary, tired working souls. The hard brown shells burst open in fire, releasing their ancient, timeless golden aroma, blending seamlessly into the chaotic, modern feast. Inside bright, sterile, modern culinary temples of Europe, the ancient spice is carefully measured, reduced to a mere subtle, ghostly whisper, crushed into a perfectly fine, pale brown dust. It silently accents the expensive dish, hiding a massive, sweeping history of human conquest. Yet in the warm, shadowed alleys of ancient markets, the old ways silently, stubbornly survive, preserving the true soul of the spice. An old merchant feels the familiar, rugged ridges, remembering the stories of his grandfathers, passing down the sacred botanical legacy carefully. Joyful music echoes across the grand, colorful feast, where massive pots boil the ancient seed, celebrating the beautiful, enduring continuity of life. The humble brown powder dissolves into the vibrant sauce, becoming the invisible beating culinary heart, binding countless contrasting, powerful flavors tightly together. The mighty pharaohs have long turned to dust, their divine, eternal names completely forgotten, swallowed by the harsh, relentless shifting desert sands. But the tiny, humble seed still remains unchanged, holding the exact same powerful, vital energy, defying the brutal, destructive nature of time. A supreme botanical conqueror holding no violent weapons, silently uniting a fragmented, divided human world, ruling empires from the shadow of the plate. The grand journey returns quietly, crossing thousands of long-forgotten years, arriving in a familiar modern kitchen. The simple rustic glass jar, holding the exact same powerful magic, waiting silently on the wooden shelf. A weary, modern human hand, reaching for the tiny pale spheres, continuing a deeply profound, ancient ritual. Observing the familiar dry shell, touching the deep, vertical, rugged ridges, feeling the timeless heartbeat of humanity. Ghostly silhouettes fill the room, blending pharaohs and ancient humble gatherers, standing proudly beside the modern cook. A heavy modern mortar strikes, shattering the rigid brown outer wall, releasing the final burst of memory. The warm golden citrus scent, drifting slowly through the quiet air, weaving an invisible thread of history. A tiny, microscopic oil drop, shining brightly under the cold light, reflecting the dawn of human civilization. The warm, hearty meal steams, offering comfort after a long day, deeply enriched by the ancient spice. A tiny speck of dust, resting quietly upon the ceramic plate, proving the undeniable resilience of life. Empires will inevitably fall again, burying our great, mighty modern cities, leaving only the whispering wind behind. But the humble ribbed seed, carrying the resilient hidden wild genetics, will absolutely survive the coming darkness. The warm kitchen light fades, leaving the silent jar in shadows, embraced by the pale, cold moonlight. Ancient magic sleeps once more, resting deeply within the hollow core, waiting patiently for the next dawn. A single, tiny botanical spark, fading slowly into the eternal black, echoing softly across the endless time.